Hey everyone, so today's video we're looking at the other new character, which is Flaming Myla. So she was the RGB hero introduced with the LD. You can get her now in this limited summon pool. And, the other two heroes in this summon pool are actually pretty good. Muriel has shown to be really strong with Gavin in some of these higher stage dungeons. I also think that she's probably a solid character in Guild versus Environment. She has a type of, damage enhancement ability similar to Shane. So she's been known to be pretty useful, mainly because Shane can't be used in some of the dungeons because he grants a bonus turn, and that procs, certain kinds of counterattacks and stuff like that. So Muriel doesn't do that. Naya, I think, is a really strong character for PvP, but she does need Ascended 5, but I think she is very strong. And then Flaming Myla, who I'll showcase here. So, with that being said, she is a damage dealer, okay? I think some people are going to be disappointed that I have her fully booked in Ascended 5, but I'll tell you right now, I don't think she needs Ascension 5 at all. I think she just needs to be fully booked, which is always a bummer. But when you come to damage dealers and you're talking about endgame, if you want her to do the highest available content, that's what you're going to need. So she is fully booked. She has crit damage and crit rate, and then her ability masteries are actually really important, specifically this one, where you get this ability twice per turn. The additional damage is nice. Same thing here on the basic ability, but let's talk about her kit. So she gains this stack of Scorching Weapon whenever she attacks. It doesn't have to be an active attack. It can be a counter attack. It can be a bonus attack. If somebody procs off a resonance set or something like that. So anytime that she goes in for an attack, she'll get that Scorching Weapon. So it's 10% defense pierce, so it can go up to 80%, where she's ignoring 80% of the defense. This is very strong. It does, I should note that these stacks can be removed, so take that as it is. Her basic ability deals 130% damage whenever booked, and she gains random attack stats up, very similar to Gavin, Bella, all of those people. Her special ability is what makes her pretty strong in Rift of Chaos. I haven't seen this do a whole lot in Tulpa, but I have recently found a team that does work on Tulpa 20. So I will show you that team. So her special says when a team member is attacked by a wood enemy, applies damage down 2 that cannot be resisted to the attacker for 1 turn, and then launches a counterattack with the special ability. This is up to 2 times per round. If it's booked, this is the thing that's nice, especially on Rift of Chaos. So the damage down 2 also applies before the person attacks. So that's very strong. That's what you're hoping for. Unresistible is also nice, meaning that you don't have to build her in focus, so that's cool. The deals 120% damage to the attacker, grants her a stack of block, and then reduces her ultimate ability cooldown. All really strong. Very, very cool. I will say, though, that this counterattack actually doesn't do a whole lot of damage. So I do want to mention that, but her ultimate smacks really hard. So her ultimate ability ignores 30% of the target's defense and then deals 260% damage whenever it's booked to an enemy. But if the target's wood, the damage is increased by 50%, so that's 310%. And if she has max stacks or even 7 stacks, this ultimate ability is going to be ignoring 100% of the target's defense. So that is a big boost. So I have some pretty good stats on her. She's at 8,000 attack, 232 speed. This is helped by the Ascensions, and then she has 326% crit damage. The reason why her attack is so high is because of the relics on her. I have fully maxed relics, so 60% attack on here. Pretty relevant. So, yeah, those are the stats we have. So I have her in speed boots with attack percentage and crit damage from attack warrior set. So she has crit rate, crit damage, attack percentage, and then useless focus. Same thing here, crit rate, attack percentage, crit damage, useless focus. This is a nice weapon. Crit damage, attack percentage, crit rate, and flat attack. And then attack percentage, speed, and crit damage. So those are her stats. Her glyphs, she gets some nice speed here to help with the speed barrier. And then her ascensions, she gets attack percentage, then health, then speed. If you want to have her for Rift of Chaos, you probably need the speed ascension to deal with the stats as well as the speed requirements. You do have to get 225 speed at a minimum for Rift of Chaos. So let's go in and show what she can do. So for Tulpa, the team that I'm going to show you here is with right here. So we'll use Myla, we'll use Muriel, Rosalie, and Alicia. So Alicia is in there to increase our defense ignore. On normal attacks, people in stealth ignore 25% of the opponent's defense. So this helps with Rosalie's damage. It also helps with Myla's damage on her basic ability, because that is not ignoring the 30% from the ultimate. So her basic ability with the defense pierce stacks will help equal about 100% defense pierce with Alicia's ability. Muriel's in there to give bonus stat ups, which also help with the damage based on her ultimate abilities, Skeletal Force, I think it's called, so it's additional damage. And Rosalie is in there to help with surviving. So I only did this one time, and it was able to clear, so I'll walk you through this. If we fail, I'll show you an example of a passing attempt. So let's jump into this here. So you'll see the damage output from Myla is pretty strong. There's going to be some bonus attacks here and there. This is from Muriel's ability. If they have more than 4 buffs, they're going to be able to get a bonus attack. And then both Alicia and Muriel have the resonance set on. So that's where some bonus attacks might come in. So you'll see here, anytime a wood hero attacks, she will counterattack and put up a defense pierce stat on her. And because she's booked, she's able to counterattack 2 times. But the damage, once she has that defense pierce up, is actually pretty strong. It's she gets some really nice hits in. So we're on the second wave here. That's the bonus attack from the resonance set, but you'll see the damage output here. You know, she's doing close to 300, 400k when everything's said and done, getting some bonus attacks in, and she's at max 8 defense pierce. So we get to the boss here, and this is where you'll see her damage output is pretty strong. So we got 2 lucky resonance procs. So she goes in, she's basically melting this boss's HP bar. He can't counterattack because of Alicia's stealth ability, so that's nice. So here you saw the damage up, damage down went up. And here we have Rosalie in there to eat the counterattack once the stealth is gone. He does his Spirit Link attack, but it doesn't do enough damage because of the damage down 2. And then this next round is where you'll have enough damage to finish the boss off. So this is the team that I got to work, and that's with Myla. So the thing that I'm talking about here is, while she's good in Tulpa, I've needed Rosalie to be booked, although I'm not sure if she needs to be. It's hard to say, just because everything kind of comes full circle with the damage output on the waves, and also the additional chip damage on the boss. But in this comp, you need 2 booked heroes where I can beat stage 19 and not need to... you don't have rare drop gear. So I can beat stage 19 Tulpa with Gavin. And Gavin is only A1 Ascension. He does need to be paired with Muriel, but if you haven't booked Gavin, if you're looking for somebody to do Rift of Chaos, she is a solid hero. Like, her damage output is very, very strong. We tried this on stream the other day. This is her Rift of Chaos application. So this is Rift of Chaos 3. She has really, really strong damage output. And the benefit of Myla is in Rift of Chaos 3, you don't need to use Jocasta. So you can use Jocasta in your water team if you're having trouble surviving against that boss. The thing that I have found out, though, is I believe Savannah is needed for a consistent run. I have beaten Rift of Chaos 3 without Savannah and using Myla, but it was dependent on where the Shield of Mercy landed. So I wouldn't say it's 100% consistent. So let me find her here real quick. Also, I don't think we need Brand's HP buff. The other heroes that we used were, like I said, Savannah. So once we find Savannah here, who else did we use? We used Zitlin, and then we used Florence. So, like I said, this team can clear Rift of Chaos 3 in fire, and I don't think you need her Ascension 5. You'll see how fast this boss dies, and it has nothing to do with her bonus attacks, because her Ascension 5 only matters once she gets 8 stacks of that defense pierce. Then she'll just do a bonus attack with her basic, but the boss just dies so fast where I know it doesn't matter. The issue is now you don't have Savannah for your water team down here, which is one of the few ways of doing this. Haruna is an option, but Haruna needs to be Ascended 5 and fully booked, and that is just a huge waste whenever you can just utilize Bocce and Savannah. So up here, there might be a better way to do this, but I just want to show you the damage potential with Myla and Savannah. So we'll actually take this off, put on the defense down, and you'll just see this boss's HP basically melt away. So that's what we'll do. Alrighty. So, the first thing that we'll look for is that damage down actually is put up whenever he does his attack at the beginning. So you salvage some of your life here. And with Brand's defense up, you're actually able to survive this big smack at the very beginning, which is really, really strong. That used to be an issue. But now, with Savannah up, you'll just see basically the damage output. But if she's fully booked, she's able to do that counterattack twice. So she'll do it at the beginning, whenever the boss takes his turn at the beginning of the turn, and whenever he attacks Brand as a single target or the AoE. That's why the book is important, because if she wastes her counterattack here, it doesn't really matter. So we're on round 4 right now. This is Rift of Chaos 3, the hardest level of Rift of Chaos, and you see she is just melting this boss. So this is very, very strong. With the Savannah, it's pretty impressive. We can try another route here just to see if it's still viable. But I wasn't trying too hard the other day. But here, everyone almost dies on that second big smack, and then she goes in and just finishes it off. So, Rift of Chaos 3, Myla, really strong, and not needing Ascended 5. There are other teams out there that can do Rift of Chaos 3, but it requires an A5 or low. So if you have other options to be able to clear it, without an Ascended 5 hero, it's pretty nice. And without Jocasta, I think that's the big pull for Myla. Myla being able to give you a different variance to Rift of Chaos, really strong. So let's try one more team here. So without, I don't think Radiant Pixie survives, which is the issue. Maybe we can use Gavin. I don't know if Gavin survives either. Let's just see. I want to see. I think Gavin is the team that I tried before, and it did work, but it was because we had, like I said, that Shield of Mercy up. So I'm not bringing in Shield of Mercy this time, and we'll see if this is still a viable team. So we don't have, the necessary buffs that we usually have on Gavin to make him do a lot of damage. Most of your damage output is still going to come from Myla, but this little chip damage here is still somewhat viable, and he did survive, so that's good. So nice counterattack damage. And we'll see how far the boss goes after this turn. So this is like the huge advantage to her, is her damage output outside of the counterattacks is really nice. Okay, so he's at 5. I think the big question is whether or not you end up surviving that big second nuke. If Myla ends up surviving that, then we're still in pretty good position here. It's amazing how little damage Gavin does there, even though he's supposed to be ignoring like 80% of the enemy's defense at that point. So it's going to be close. But as you see, the damage output with the Savannah was definitely greater. But you for sure need her on Rift of Chaos. Fire. So, yeah, so see, everyone just ended up going down there, and it's not enough. So there's probably some kind of team that you can figure out, without Savannah in there paired with Myla, but that is definitely the easiest one that I have found. So that is a look at the other new hero, guys, Myla. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you on the next one. See ya.